Oh, Barbie and Oppenheimer smashing the box office. Barbie living the dream with projected $300 million plus global. And Oppenheimer is set for an estimated $166 million worldwide. So this is our sort of box office update as we get through into the weekend. I hope you're all right, guys. Hope you're having a great weekend. I was set to watch one of these movies this weekend, but in my stupidity, I guess, my lax judgment, I didn't book tickets. So when I did go to book a ticket, they were all sold out. Now, forgive me, ladies and gents, those that wanted my review. I think that's important in this video because when I look at that and I look at other movies, this is the first time in several years that I have not been able to just turn up to a movie theatre. 9 times out of 10, I can just rock up to a movie theatre and there's always seats. It is incredibly rare for me to be unable to get seats. And not only was this at 2 theatres, it was 3 in different areas. So it just goes to show that what they're saying here on Deadline is highly likely to be, $300 million plus global bow, Oppenheimer, 166. Yeah, I can believe all of this. So let's take a look. Audiences at the domestic, global, and international box office this weekend are going bonkers for Barbenheimer. Counter-programming. That's what it is. And I did think that Mission Impossible would get in on some of the action, but apparently that's not really the case. So Warner Brothers Barbie is now poised for an estimated $300 million plus worldwide start through to Sunday, eyeing $150 million plus each from North America and then the overseas markets. That's huge. That's huge. For this year, that's massive. Now Oppenheimer is looking like it's going to get $165.9 million worldwide through Sunday, including $88.9 million internationally. And the figures for both titles are beyond expectations, confirming that there's room and a desire for a diverse quality offering at global turnstiles. I've been saying for a while, just make some good bloody movies. And I don't know whether these are good movies or not. I've not been able to see them. But looking at Barbie's trajectory, the Friday on Greta Gerwig's directed film was its best day internationally with $43 million. And that was on a total of 25,451 screens from 69 markets. And the overseas cum through Friday is 88.4. So huge. Yesterday's newcomers included the UK, which grossed $8.3 million for just under 2,000 screens, so 1,700. The number 1 launch, 60% share, top 5 films. So it's doing gangbusters. Now, where that puts it in comparison with other Warner Brothers films, behind Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, Part 2, and Batman vs Superman for the biggest Friday. That's pretty big. Pretty huge. Mexico overperformed as well. $11.2 million. Madness. Barbie debuted to the best score ever for a Warner Brothers movie in Poland. In China, this is the interesting thing, where we really didn't expect anything significant. Barbie opened amid a slew of local titles with $1.2 million, and not included in the total above is the $4 million through Saturday. There's 9.4 from audiences as well. So that's quite surprising. So $4 million from China. Again, they seem to be turning their back on Hollywood. Good. Hopefully that means we can stop trying to appease them. That'd be great. Also of note, family-leaning Brazil. $8.9 million as well. And then we get to Oppenheimer. So the estimated overseas launch is $88.9 million. That marked the filmmaker's third highest grossing opening weekend ever, behind only The Dark Knight Rises and The Dark Knight. So, yeah, I mean, they earned significantly more, especially adjusted for inflation, but still not bad. $166 million worldwide projection through Sunday would mark the biggest global day-and-date debut for a biographical film, overtaking Bohemian Rhapsody, $124 million, and the top worldwide start for a drama since 2019. So, not bad. Oppenheimer's breaking records for Nolan as well, so it's his biggest launch day of all time in 33 markets. It's doing really well. They're all doing really, really well. Now, it'll be interesting to see where this lands tomorrow. But it looks like audiences are just lapping it up. Counter-programming works. It tends to work. This is interesting for a few reasons. Barbenheimer. I mean, they are two almost diametrically opposed movies, aren't they? Let's get real here. One about the folly of man and war and bombs and XYZ. And then you have Barbie, apparently a story about the patriarchy. So it's interesting, but this was always going to do pretty well. It'll be interesting, I think, personally, a lot of interest in this video, but I think it'll be fascinating to see where this lands in its second weekend. Because I do wonder whether Barbie, and we don't know this yet, will be heavily front-loaded. It could be, or it could just go on to be a huge banger at the box office. Now, I'd love to hear any and all of your thoughts. What did you think? What do you think of each movie? Again, these are films which like Oppenheimer, for instance, wasn't expecting that to be completely sold out. And I know. Loads of people go, well, I heard hype. Yeah, sure, okay. But I hadn't. I just did not expect Oppenheimer to be a massive sellout success. It's doing very, very well. But I will say this. They don't have many showings on in the UK. Opening night had 3 showings. 3 that I could find. Across 3 theatres. That's not that great. Barbie is the one which... that's the one which is lapping up the majority share of screens. And it makes sense as to why, I guess, to a certain degree. Because I think the theatres that's going to be the real money earner. And they seem to be right. So let me know what you think down below. Love to hear your thoughts. Cheers, guys. Take care. Bye-bye now.